It's hefty. The other day I did a review for the Anker Soundcore Liberty Air 2 wireless Bluetooth earbuds, which I really enjoy, and I really love those earbuds. They've been really good to me so far, and that inspired one of the subscribers to the YouTube channel to send me a set of earbuds that they have been using and enjoying. So thank you, Mr. Miley, for that. And so what I received in the mail the other day are some earbuds from a brand I've never actually heard of before. VANKYO is the brand. Alpha X200 wireless earbuds. And this is actually intriguing to me because wireless earbuds have gotten so much more accessible in terms of prices. The features have really trickled their way down, where initially a cheap set of wireless earbuds was going to really, sound like a really bad set of earbuds. And wireless earbuds just weren't cheap. There just weren't any cheap wireless earbuds. I believe these guys are about $50 online. And apparently they're pretty decent. So I'm going to unbox them real quick, give you an idea of what I think about them. And maybe they may be a good budget set of earbuds for anybody out there looking to not maybe spend $100 on the Ankers, and they don't really care about a name brand. They just want a good, cheap set of wireless earbuds. All right, so let's jump here to the overhead camera. And like I said, VANKYO Alpha X200 on the back side here. Multifunction, says versatile earbuds that combine functions such as making calls, listening to music, activating voice assistants, and more. They've got some sort of touch control on them as well. Not a whole lot of information on here, so let's rip this guy open and see what is inside. Click off there. This looks like the sleeve style unboxing. It says smart headset in what, look, that seems to me to be your pretty typical Chinese electronics font. Nothing too surprising there. And out we come. All right. It's got a nice little foam thing going on there. Oh boy, that is heavy. How big is this battery? That is substantial. That is like considerably heavier than this. Now it is charging over a USB, just your standard old school USB micro. Pop this open here. Wow, that hinge mechanism is quite strange too. There is a little, you've got a little LED on the front there showing, it's actually pretty cool, showing the charge level of both earbuds. That is pretty interesting. I don't love the hinge. So I can give you an idea of what it sounds like. There's something weird going on here. The hinge on the top is weird and not what I would call tremendously good. Little charging cable. Now this is interesting. It's also got an adapter in here to adapt so that your USB micro to micro, and I don't know why you would want to do that. Let's see if there's some paperwork in here. Okay, so mystery solved there. They actually intend on you being able to use this thing as a power bank. So you put that adapter on, plug it into this, and then plug this into your phone. The problem there is that whose phone is charging over USB micro at this point? Maybe you could use this adapter on a C cable, and then maybe charge your phone with it. That would also explain why the battery is evidently so big, because this thing is hefty. It's hefty. Okay, so here they are on Amazon for $46.99. I really want to get an idea here. It's got good reviews actually, so maybe I'll agree here. 3,500 milliamp hour case. That is a giant battery for something like this, and I believe it. It is dense. All right, so let's pop these things out, and we'll see if we can pair them to the Surface Duo here in front of me, and we'll see what they sound like. Okay, so all I did was pop them open. We've got a blue and red flashing LED on the one earbud. I'm on my Duo here, pairing. Alpha X200 has appeared. I am pairing. And we're paired. Easy as that. All right. I know that's a little thing, but sometimes that's a problem. So the earbud itself, so this doesn't click. This is capacitive. This is not a clicking button. It is a capacitive button, and that is interesting. And while I was sitting here tapping, I triggered the assistant here on my phone. Let's see how the fit is. I think that the ear tips out of the box are fine. You can see how they look here. I don't know if you care too much about the aesthetics here, but that's what they look like. Noise isolation is actually pretty solid. I can't really hear myself at all while having these things in. So let's go to YouTube Music and let's play a song that has a lot of dynamics in it, and I'll tell you what I think. Crank that volume. So the bass response is pretty good. The mid-range is not really there, and the low end is not really there. It's focusing mostly on the bass. I would say it's a much less full or a much less crisp sound when I'm comparing it to something like the Liberty Air 2s, but it's relatively loud. The bass is strong, but it's the mid-range and the high end that is really sort of suffering. How do the touch controls work? Let's see what one touch here does. Okay, one touch here is to play pause. Relatively fast. What does this do? Okay, so either way is play pause. How about a double tap? Double tap skips. Okay, and a double tap on this side should send you back. It was a little finicky getting it to work, but it did work eventually. How about a long press? Doesn't seem to be making any distinction on a long press. Nothing on long press. How about a triple tap? That launched Google Assistant. Google Assistant on both. So it appears as though one tap on either is play pause, double tap is skip or go back, triple tap is Google Assistant. I just threw one in the floor. Let's try another song here. Okay, I'm actually wrong. If you actually touch and hold, this will slowly increase your volume. This will slowly decrease your volume. So the touch controls are actually pretty solid. Okay, so I would probably give the audio quality like a C. The touch controls are actually pretty good. Like, I'm kind of shocked how well that actually is working. I'd give that like an A. The noise isolation, I can't hold on to them. So we'll give holdability maybe a D. The noise isolation is really good. I'd give that probably a B as well. Drop them back in the case and you get a cool little charging screen there. Apparently the one on the right needs to be charged more than the one on the left. It's cold to the touch. I feel like I could huck this at someone and maybe hurt them very badly. I guess there's really only one more thing that I have to do before I wrap this up, and I'm kind of scared to do it, but I think I have to see, will it charge my Surface Duo? So I've got AccuBattery battery pulled up here so that I can actually check the charging rate. So we're going to plug that in there. We're going to plug cable into moment of truth, guys. No turning back. Don't break my Duo, cheap Chinese electronics. Okay, we are charging. But, oh, okay, there we go. So we jumped up now to, we are charging at about 800 mAh, which is not, not super fast. If I can show you guys here. You're watching the yellow line there, and it's fluctuating pretty wildly between charging really, really slowly and charging only kind of slowly. So, I mean, look, if you leave it plugged in for a long time, it'll probably charge your phone eventually. But I will say, for comparison, if I plug in the Duo's actual charger, the charging rate, in case you're curious, is like 2,500, 2,300. So you're talking about charging at a considerably slower rate doing something like this than you would through just using a charger. But I mean, look, I guess if you've got this thing in your bag already, you're already bringing it with you to, listen to your earbuds, you've got a battery bank there, and 3,000 milliamp hours is pretty big. The Surface Duo was like 3,460 or something weird like that. So, I mean, you could almost fully charge your phone. Granted, it might take a while, but you could. Okay, so VANKYO Alpha X200 earbuds, they are about $50 on Amazon. I think that if you value pretty simple and easy to use controls and the audio quality isn't like the end all be all for you, and maybe you would like to have a battery bank in your pocket, pretty solid. My biggest complaints with it are one of them is largely aesthetic, and it's the hinge. It's this hinge. It sounds it sounds scrapey and weird. I don't like having to ever carry a USB micro ever again in my life, so I'm not in love with that either. But the audio quality is okay. Using them seems to be relatively fine. So thanks again to Mr. Miley for sending these to me for a quick review. And if you want to check them out yourself, I will have an affiliate link down in the description. So stay tuned, more hardware reviews to come, hopefully in the nearish future. But until then, stay nerdy, my friends. If you enjoy my content, please consider becoming a Scary If Literal member. You'll get access to a whole bunch of emoticons to use with live streams and a shout out on an upcoming video. Thanks as always for your continued support.